You're watching The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales. Streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Boom! Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. We've got a full house with Laguna Studios tonight. And if you don't know about them, you should start to begin learning about them. They are on a fast track, putting out a ton of books, one Kickstarter right after the other, doubling it up on BackerKit. Right, so you're going to want to get to know these guys. Now, we've had a couple of people drop out that were scheduled for tonight for various reasons. But don't worry, like I said, we still have a full house with Sarah White, D. Fish, and Fish Lee, and Kyrone Silva. Katie Rulston dropped out. She is a writer for the group, so we will miss her. Hopefully, we'll get her on another show. And Jen Leonard also was supposed to be with us tonight, and she had some matters that she had to take off, so we will miss her also. But so hang tight. Don't go away. I've got a lemon blueberry cake in the oven that's baking right now. I'll be bringing that out later this evening. You'll get to see that if you don't get to taste it. So we'll be right back right after this short commercial break. Oh, welcome everyone. So we just got back from WonderCon this past weekend. And as usual, that was an amazing event to go to. Mog kicked out as much art as she possibly could. I don't think there was a period that she stopped at all where her hand was not on an art board or sketch cover, or actually she did a baseball. She did a Spider-Man baseball. If you guys saw the Venom one she did earlier this year, somebody had commissioned her to do a Spider-Man one. So we'll post that shortly somewhere down the line on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also on Thread if you guys are on that. So you can easily find her at any of those locations at Mog Park. So we're getting ready to head over to C2E2 later on. That's like in about 3 weeks now. That's coming up pretty quick. It's not our first time to the Windy City, but it's going to be our first time to C2E2. Looking forward to that. Heard so many good things about it. I saw the lineup for that show, and it's incredible. It is a massive lineup that they have for that show, and we'll be meeting some people for the very first time, like our good friend from the Artist Alley Shopping Network, Jesse Wickman. So it'll be fun to meet him for the first time. Yeah, and don't forget to hit that follow button so that way we can continue to bring you wonderful content like our show and Nick Bruce's show that comes on every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe. No, that's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's the original art show. Nice to hear from you, Lorena. And if you want to get in on the giveaways tonight, the password to get in is going to be #EXP Laguna for the giveaways tonight. Okay, and we got a few of the things lined up there. A couple pieces from Louis Bravo, who donated these pieces, original art pieces. So you'll get to see those. So like I said, tonight, Laguna Studios is in the house. We have Sarah White, D. Fish, Fish Lee, and Kyrone Silva. Now, before we get to them, let's check in with my beautiful other half, the Commander-in-Chief, Mog Park. How are you doing tonight, my love?
I'm not the Commander-in-Chief. You are. But I'm just so excited. Lorena, she watched it. It's like, yes. She watched Physical 100.
Oh,
she liked it.
That's what she said, and she likes it. Okay, that's Mog's hot show.
Oh God, I love it so
right
much.
now. So if you guys watch that, or if you had a chance to check that out, We want to say hello to Kenneth Bird is in the
Yeah.
house. Nice to have you in there. Mike Asbill. And thank you. I'm glad you received that Flapper Girl. I'm missing that piece.
Yeah.
I really like that piece.
Yeah.
So Stevie B is in the house. Mike Cuevas is there and he says he'll be at C2E2. Yeah, we'll be looking for you. Yep. Okay, Stevie B's in the house. Yeah. Was it Laguna or Lasagna? Dude, Laguna.
I
Okay,
love
check that out.
lasagna.
LagunaStudios.net. Right, they've got a ton of books that you can check out there. And Kenneth Bird is on the board with #EXP Laguna. All
Yeah.
right, Killer Wildlife. Thank you for coming in. Good to have you this evening. Glad to have everyone here tonight because you're gonna see a bunch of things. I don't think we're gonna be able to cover everything, but we're gonna try.
Yes.
All right, so. Mog still has the Ruxy Vampire that's still running on Indiegogo.
Yes.
So you can check that out. The link will come up in the comments. And the Spectres and Sabanian will be launching pretty soon. So get on the launch page for that. Get notified. Okay. And all right. So let's bring out Sarah White. Sarah is
Hello, Sarah.
is the owner of Laguna Studios, and like I said, you're going to want to check that out. There is a lot of books there that Laguna is putting out. So go over to LagunaStudios.net and check that out. One of the books that we got was Heart Eater. Okay, and I actually enjoyed this. Okay, what caught me first is the artwork. First of all,
Yeah, the artwork is
know
great.
anything about what the book was, but it looked like it was a lot of fun when you're talking about pirates and romance and all that.
Mm-hmm.
After reading this first issue, though, it was kind of it was more of an epilogue, that was going to lead into like a bigger story about
A prologue. I'm sorry.
characters. Yeah, or a prologue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
That where they meet for the first time, and that's where the story is going to begin. So this is kind of like their introduction.
Yeah,
plus I love pirates.
Who doesn't?
So, and you're putting in a female pirate. That's even more attractive for me there. Okay, and but like I said, Laguna Studios has a bunch of other books, and we'll be taking a look at that. How are you doing, Sarah?
I am wonderful.
That's great.
This is pretty late for me tonight, though.
Oh, what time is it in your area?
Well, it's 9:00 here. I'm in Central Time. It's 10 after 9, I guess. But yeah, like we were talking about, like, whoa, this is gonna go pretty late.
Oh.
Do you have an early bedtime?
I guess. I'm more like I kind of would go. I probably wouldn't ever sleep at all if my boyfriend didn't make sure that I went to bed every night. So
Yeah.
I kind of work on my own schedule, so I'd probably be a lot later of a schedule if I didn't have him tell him, to need. But I have to be quiet when he's sleeping, so kind of just like, I might as well sleep then too.
Well, if you need to, because of your schedule, please let us know. And
no, it's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
So,
you.
and also along with Sarah, we also have D Fish. He's also in the house. How are you doing, D?
Hello,
I'm doing great. I was hoping to nap because it's 10 o'clock for me, and this is generally when I'm getting ready to go to bed because I have reached that level now.
You know what? And we appreciate you for breaking that trend of yours.
If I nod off in the middle of the show, you'll know why.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've got this enormously bright light next to me that I wasn't planning on, but well. Got my camera set up. I normally do all my stuff digitally these days, so I'm like, must quickly jury rig a setup so that you can see me draw.
Now, the book, the series Finding D, that's about you, isn't it?
Yep, it's a semi-autobiographical. It's a semi-autobiographical look at the ins and outs of coming out as transgender in your 40s. All while still trying to make it in comics, and I'm gonna have to change that blurb this year because I'm not gonna be in my 40s anymore at the end of this year.
Wait, I mean, you're going to be totally out of the 40s, or are you going to be like in the late 40s or something like that?
No, I am in the final year of the 40s right now, so I will be that number that does not get spoken by me yet until it gets there.
Well,
Okay.
it's just gonna get better. Don't worry.
Yeah, I can tell you
Oh,
that because
yeah,
I'm way past that number, and
yeah.
I'm having a good time. I'm having a really, really good time with what I'm doing now. I've had a long experience in the industry, and I've worked in like different aspects of it. But this part where I'm working with Mog and doing the art thing, or however you want to call it, is the best time that I'm having.
Oh,
And
thank you,
who
Mel.
doesn't like that? That where you can like create books, or at least for
Mhm.
me, I'm helping to move in that direction. So I'm really enjoying that. All right, so we also have in the house Fish Lee. Let's bring him out.
What is up,
Hello,
everybody?
Hello.
hello there, hello there, hello. How are you doing, sir?
I am
Awesome.
doing good. I also missed my nap, but dang it, I'm a trooper. I'm power through.
You know, at the age that we're at, okay, even especially me, right? Naps are important, okay, and
Mhm.
you know, it is not uncommon that if you see me at the cons, I will be napping, okay, because when I gotta go, I gotta go. I gotta take that nap if I'm gonna survive the rest of the evening and do all that other stuff that's for the rest of the con and after the con. Um, yeah, so sometimes that's how it is, right? All right,
Mhm.
so we also have I hope I say this right, Kyron
Mhm.
Silva.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello there, sir. How are you doing?
I'm all right. You did really well with my name, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I was so nervous the first time I had to say that on camera. I was freaking
Oh,
out.
I didn't even try. I was like, "Can you tell me how to say your name before the show started?" Because I knew I would mess it up.
Okay.
It's all right. I had so many
Awesome.
nicknames back in high school. Nobody said my name right, so it's okay.
Oh,
I'm used to
nice.
it.
I
Right.
feel
So
you.
I'm gonna say that before I found out about this book, right? I knew nothing of you guys, right? And so I was wondering if we could just like go around and if you
Yeah.
guys can just like tell us a little bit about yourself, starting with
Mhm.
Sarah.
Well, interestingly, the Heart Eater is actually Laguna Studios' debut book. We used to be affiliated with a different studio, but now Lori and I struck out on our own, and we are doing this now, and we're very busy. But I've known Lori for many years, more than
And
10. I'm not even sure. More than 10
okay,
years.
and this is Laurie Foster,
Yes.
right? Okay.
And yes, and she dragged me into the comics industry, and she just wanted me to help her for one quick thing that they were having an emergency, and I just they couldn't get rid of me, so I've been doing this stuff since. So gosh, like 8 to 10 years now for comics for me, and I had no idea about comics before this, so
Huh.
yeah, I'm
That's
guess.
interesting because
Yeah.
I'm kind of similar to you, right?
Yeah.
I was running a bunch of retail shops, and you know, going to the cons and all that. I've liked comics ever since I was a young kid. And one of my friends, Cedric Nocon, was putting together a studio to put out comics, but he wasn't sure on like how to manage the business or the people, his staff. So he asked me to help, and I said I didn't want to do it, right? Because I had my own people that I was managing at the stores, and it's a lot of work already, right?
Mhm.
So, but he kept asking me, well, can you help me do this? So I'd go into the studio, help a little bit, and then and it just kept going on. All of a sudden, I'm part of the studio, and now I'm one of the co-founders, and I'm helping almost in every aspect of the thing. I'm even learning how to like digitally ink and
Oh,
how to
cool.
flat a little bit. And I'm going, oh man, these guys did it
They
right.
fixing to
They
put
knew
you
how
to work.
they put
Yeah.
me to work. Yeah. So yeah, I had that same feeling. All right, how about you, D?
Okay, I've been in like self-publishing and web comics. I started my first webcomic in 2001, which is called Dandy and Company. I've been drawing it for 40 years on and off, but I started officially publishing it online in 2001. I did that until 2018. I've got a number of self-published projects that I've worked on over the years. Graphic novel I created called The Wellkeeper. I've done a book called Carpe Noctem for Hashtag Comics. I've done short stories for the Perhapanauts and Telos. I've done backup stories for Scott Kurtz's PvP. And recently I just finished a period of time I was inking for artist Shelley Pledger. I was inking the daily Dick Tracy comic strip, and I just finished a 2-week stint as the artist on it, a guest strip.
Wow.
So.
Nice.
That's incredible.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
When I got my first paycheck, I bought a hat.
Oh.
And are you drawing tonight for the art auction?
Yep, I will be drawing. Hence the weird light. So yep, I've got my everything, big old blank piece of paper, and the art cam.
Okay, and what would you like your starting bid to be at?
I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm going to draw yet.
Well, let's start drawing and then we'll think about it then.
Okay,
No
all
pressure.
Right, we can do that. All right, and Mr. Fish,
What is up?
tell us
Glad
a
to
little
be
bit
here.
about yourself.
I am Mr. Fish from Arkansas, Mr. Fish Comics, and now getting to work with Laguna on stuff. I'm getting to color a job for them, which is amazing. Still kind of blows my mind that people are paying me to color. Because, like, when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was work in indie comics, and they were black and white. So I was like, I don't need to know color. And then the whole world freaking changed, and now I had to learn how to color. And it's still, when somebody pays me to do a job, I'm waiting for them to realize I'm not really a colorist and take the money back. And now they're just paying me to color, which is crazy. Still blows my mind. I have worked on over 80 books in the last 5 years, including my own series, Green Zone, Life in the Blocks, Team Man and Hyperstrike, about a superhero team with Tourette syndrome and ADHD. My new anthology, Fish Tales, which is sci-fi fantasy stories. And my new series, The Mighty Caw, The Cro-Magnon, The Bird Barbarian from Beyond the Stars. The 3rd issue is going out to my Patreon backers for last month. The next issue of Fish Tales goes out this month. And I'm going to be working on a sketch cover from the 1st issue of Caw tonight. So somebody can get not only a drawing, but they can also check out the 1st issue of The Mighty Caw. And all the bird-themed barbarian savagery included in that.
All right, and do you have a starting bid that you would like to start at?
I say we can start at $20. I'm just here to have fun.
Making it easy for everybody.
Exactly.
Right, so you heard that. All right, so if you want to start the bidding on that, we are accepting bids at 20. All right, and Mr. Silva, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, firstly, I have a bone to pick with Fish, because you mentioned you worked with Laguna Studios, but you've done stuff from my studio.
Man,
also.
I have worked with you. I've worked with Danny J. Quick. I've worked with Mike Watson. I've like I said, I've worked on over 80 books in the last 5 years. That's
incredible.
Just about everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my name is Kyron Silva. I am not part of Laguna Studios, but I am Laguna adjacent.
He's a friend of Laguna Studios.
There you go. Friend of Laguna Studios.
Sometimes collaborator.
You're still part.
And Agents of Geekdom associate.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, me too. Agents of Geekdom.
But I've been making comics for the past 11 years. I started self-producing my own comics just as a side hustle, as a hobby, through pressure with my wife, because she was tired of me just drawing on random pieces of paper. And she said, why don't you make your own comic? And I just jumped into it. And I've been loving making comics since then. For the past 6 years, this has been my full-time job, producing my own books and working on other studios. And you know, it's the dream that I had as a kid, just without Marvel and DC being part of it. But it's everything else I wanted to do as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And not for nothing, he was instrumental in getting me started, because his his Saw the Lightning Wielder was one of the coolest books I saw on Kickstarter and really inspired me that I could get off my butt and start doing this. So I really owe a lot to Kyron. He's a big deal to me.
Okay, so
Oh,
you're fairly new to the comic industry? Is that
I mean, I've
correct?
been reading comics since I was a kid, but as
Mhm.
actual producing comics, just a decade into it.
Wait, so there was somebody that I was reading. They had gone to the Kubert School of Art. Was that you?
No, I haven't. I am self-taught and everything about comics at this point.
I went
We
for
were
a year.
way too far for that.
That was you. Was that you, D?
I went for a year, 93, 94.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
you just
All right.
make me madder and madder as time goes on because it's when I wanted to be there. And my mom's like, well, I can't afford that.
Well, I'm jealous. She got to ink Dick Tracy.
Man,
I
it's
know,
one thing
seriously.
after another.
I know that's incredible. That's a great thing to put down on your paper.
very.
Kyron, what are you drawing as well, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring and draw with the fishes. I'm gonna be doing like fish a sketch cover from my biggest title, which is Saw the Lightning Wielder.
Okay.
I'm gonna do actually know what I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna be drawing Saw versus Fish Lee's Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, you got to specify on this show which fish.
It's too many fishes here.
That's
Sarah,
that part
your
is
name's
gonna
Fish now
confuse the
also.
heck out of me too. Is there a name that you guys want to go by? A nickname, or do we? I mean, are you fine if we call you D?
Well, most people
Mr.
call
Fish?
me Uncle Fish, so
Uncle
that
Fish.
could help narrow it down a bit.
There you
I'm
go.
fine with D.
And D. All right. Okay. There we go. We got that set. Kyron, what did you want your starting bid to be at?
We'll see. I guess I'll go 25.
25. Okay. It's going to be an easy night tonight. Let's see. And Sarah, I forgot to ask you if you were going to be participating in this.
I was, but I was gonna build you a bead sprite, but I messed up my wrist, so I'm going to not
No
do that
worries,
tonight.
no
I'm
worries.
here to answer any Laguna Studios questions, though,
There you go.
and be encouraging to my friends.
Well, there's going to be a lot of questions.
I
that
have
I'm
a
gonna be
question.
asking you.
Uh-oh.
Why is Warp Hustler the sexiest feeling book I have ever held in my hands? I have not quit thinking about that book since I got my physical copy of it. It is such a beautiful feel. The paper is so gorgeous that I love that book so much.
I'm scared of
I'll
what you
put you
did
on the
with this
spot.
book now.
I just read it. I cannot quit thinking about how nice it felt in the hands.
I mean, I guess you'll have to talk to Rich at Comic Expressions about that one. I don't know what he does. Maybe he sings songs to the paper before he prints on it. I'm not sure.
Maybe he does.
Reads it poems. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Actually, I do like comic impressions, and I just like the way how they printed that as well for Heart Eater. That was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mog,
they do great work.
Yes.
what is your starting bid?
Oh, this is like a small sketch.
Okay.
So it's like half the size of a letter. I think $20 is a good, fair starting price. It's actually inspired by Dee's comic. I read her web strip. I don't know what web comic. And one of my favorite one was the glow in the dark nail polish one. So this is I'm gonna do this like nail, and then the cat's like staring at it. And I actually have a question. So, you know Mr. Fish, right? I've been thinking about it. It's funny because I was thinking about it this morning. And you know, there's a saying, plenty of fish. Like, you know, if you get heartbroken, someone say, hey, don't worry, there's lots of fish out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this day, is it true? I mean, seriously, is there really a lot of fish? Because I don't think so. Because with all the regulations and everything,
We're starting
I was
early
thinking
here,
about
guys.
all this. I don't know. So it just feels like it's a rare thing now.
Oh, you're thinking like actual fish in the sea. That's
yeah.
You might have a point there. Temperature change, fishing deregulation, all those kinds of things.
So I think that saying that we use like, oh, there's plenty of fishes out there, maybe it's not true anymore. So
Definitely not as true as it once was.
No.
No,
believe you there.
that's for sure. We're not catching
Yeah.
the kind of fish that we used to. They're actually getting much smaller. Um, yeah, but that is going a little bit off topic there. I want to say that
Sorry.
if you want to get in on the freebies tonight, it's going to be #EXP Laguna. Okay, so make sure you get that in right if you haven't yet. I saw somebody who had Derek. I see. It looks like you're just playing around. EXP Mel's Gun Show. Okay, yeah, right. That's not what it is tonight, but I don't know. Maybe
That was
Derek
last week's
actually-
giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Laguna Studios, I found it very interesting that you guys are just like cranking it. You have a current Kickstarter, Death's Kiss, which is over 16K right now with 518 backers, and you still have 19 days left.
Mhm.
And you've got some really good covers. You got a cover by Melissa Pagluka, who we really like. She's a good friend of ours. There's
I love
the
Melissa's
Kickstarter
work.
there. Okay. And you've got another nice cover um, by Jen Sant Ong. I believe that's how you say her name.
Mhm.
And so if you guys
Pretty much.
get the chance, check that Kickstarter out. Right.
It's a
Can
really
you tell
cool.
us a bit about what this book is about, Sarah?
Yeah, it's like a supernatural romance, forbidden romance kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The characters don't actually have names. The characters that we care about don't actually have names, but it's about I can't remember what the supernatural being is called, but she cannot be seen by most humans, and she goes and like collects their souls and delivers them to the underworld, but she's not a reaper. And then she meets a human who actually can see her, and that fascinates her, and that's how the story starts, and that's how we the forbidden romance that we see. And I don't want to give too much away, what happens, but it's very beautiful. Like, as you can see, Ishan Lee did the interior art, and it's very pretty, and
Oh wow, that is
very compelling story, and a little sexy too. It's a sexy story too.
Just a bit of sexy.
Just gets a little spicy in there. Yeah.
Well, anybody who's read Heart Eater, it's not quite as racy as Heart Eater, but it's still pretty racy.
Heart Eater surprised me.
Yeah. Yeah. Some
I was
people might
surprised. Yeah.
may not like the eroticness that's inside Heart Eater, but I can tell you that I thought it was done very tastefully.
It was.
It's not very graphic. Like, it's hard for me to think of like other books to compare it to, but the one that comes into mind is Faust. Right? If anybody's seen that book from way back in the 80s, it's not like that at all. But yeah, you got beautiful artwork in there, and then everything is reasonably priced as well, so it's easy to get into.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you guys get a chance, check that out. Back it if you can.
Give it a
Like
share
it,
for
share
sure.
it, and comment. Yeah,
Absolutely.
help pump this book out. It's already doing well at over 16K with
Yeah, we actually
over
just
500
passed
backers.
our second stretch goal, and I just caught a message from the group chat that I got to make another graphic for the next stretch goal. So it's like when I get
There you go.
time.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot of work, And
It
are you
is.
the only one that sets up all the Kickstarters? Because
Oh, not always. And this time, no. See, so we're doing this project partnered with Russell Nolte and SK Prince. This is
Okay.
SK Prince's story that Russell helped her adapt to comic form. So it was originally a short story. And then Russell, they kind of did the whole comic thing, and then he showed us, and we were like, "Are you looking for a publisher? Is that what?" And we ended up partnering with him on that, with both of them on that, and we as far as like actually building the Kickstarter, Lori and I were working on that together. Sometimes it's like this one was a little more complicated, so it needed both of us. But sometimes they're simple enough that one of us can do them basically by ourselves. So it depends.
Okay. And then now, right after Heart Eater, you did. Was the next one The Surgeon? Was that your next one? That
The
you
next
did after
one
that?
was The Unthinkables.
Oh yeah, Unthinkables. Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us a little bit about that one.
Unthinkables is well, that's one of Paul Hanley's many brain children. He is a storytelling machine, and it's about sort of okay. So like all the superheroes in the world died, and then the government this shadowy government organization is like, well, let's round up all the bad guys and make them go save the world. And if you watched the movie Suicide Squad and saw the ending, like that's not what happens in this story. This story is what would actually happen if you tried to get bad guys to save the world.
Mhm.
And it's very action packed, very brutal, very gory, but also very interesting. Definitely not for kids, but really interesting story and gorgeous art. Ian Richardson did the art for first two and part of the third,
Mhm.
and now Paul's gonna kill me because I forgot who did the rest of the art in the third issue.
Well, they got the website. We're going to be putting that up in the comments, so they'll be able to go and check that out. And like I've been telling everybody, you're going to see like a ton of books there, right? Laguna is not sitting on their laurels. They've got a pretty good active team because you've got a lot of books that you are putting out, and I see it like coming out like one right after the other. So that's keeping you like real busy. I'm not even sure how you can get enough sleep with that. But and they're good. The pitches that I've read on there are very interesting, right? So I think that it's the right approach to grab people's attention. It's not just stories that you're just like slapping together. So how have you been a writer all your life, or are you professionally a writer?
Me? No, I'm not professionally a writer. I actually I'm a graphic designer, and I actually don't like. There's one in our anthology elsewhere that I did. Well, no, I lied. There's two. I wrote two stories in there, and one of them was with Katie Rooston, who she was supposed to come today, but she was sick,
Right.
and she is an amazing wildlife painter.
Oh, man.
And I dragged her kicking and screaming into comics, and now we can't get rid of her. Which is a good thing. She's amazing, and she does an
She
excellent
is
job.
so
And she's
talented.
actually coloring Finding D. She actually does the colors for Finding D, and she's doing a fantastic job. As far as I know, D is happy.
He is very
Why-
happy.
Why didn't she want to do comics?
She's a wildlife painter, so like a serious
Like
painter, I
hyper
guess.
photorealistic.
Yes,
painter.
like yeah,
Spends forever on 'em.
if you ever look at her stuff, I think her website's katielrooston.com. If you ever go look at her stuff, or you can check her out on Facebook. She has so many images there that you have to really look to be like, is this the photo that she used, or is this the painting
Wow.
that she painted? She is scary good.
Wow.
Mm.
But that
And-
also takes a long time and isn't conducive to spitting stuff out quick the way we do.
Yeah,
Mm.
we're still working on her with that. Like she still takes she would tell you herself that she takes a really long time to get stuff done, and I think she's doing great about D. Her pages she's getting faster with coloring.
Yeah.
And she did a cover for The Surgeon, and she did a cover for Heart Eater, and both of those are like it took her about a week to do, and she basically worked on it the whole time she was awake. That was what she was doing. I think The Surgeon took less time because that was a horse, and she is very good at drawing horses. So
Oh, okay. So what is you put Laguna Studios together, and what is What do you plan
Oh,
to
wow.
do with the studio? What is your goal there?
Okay.
Our goal, we just want to make cool comics that everybody loves, and we want to make enough money to keep making cool comics. I think that our 5-year
That's
plan.
the key.
Well, our 5-year plan, like we just want to make everybody happy, including ourselves. Yeah, as far as the 5-year plan goes, I think that it's just we'd like to continue to expand and get more titles and more artists and writers to go into our stable, I guess. Is that the right way to say that?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And that seems to be. It seems like you've got quite a bit already with as many titles that you have there. How many do you have now?
Oh my gosh,
Is that easy to count?
I gotta go check.
Roughly, how many do you think you have?
It keeps changing.
More than 10.
Yeah.
Show off.
Because I know there was like more than 3 rows of books on there when I was looking at it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus the new stuff. Like I can't. There's some stuff that I can't tell you what it is, but I can surely tell you that we have it. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my gosh, maybe we've got more than 20 now. Holy crap.
Wow. See, look at that. And how long has Laguna Studios been in existence?
We formed Laguna Studios in August of 2023.
What?
To be fair, some of the artists and creators followed us from the other studio.
Right. Okay. Right. So
yeah, a lot of us knew them before.
Yeah, some of them came along with us. Like the Surgeon was originally the other studio, and they came to us. John Pence came with us.
Okay.
So.
And you know, and that's kind of like a little bit of a testament to like who you and Lori are. If they're coming to you, that you're able to have a stable that they can come into and feel comfortable and trust you to do their books. Because August of last year to now, you're only talking about. I think that's still less than half a year. It seems like August. It's like what, 4 plus 3. That's like 7. Yes. Yeah, okay, maybe a little bit longer than almost getting close to a year. But in less than a year, you've got like 20 titles. That's incredible. Right?
Yeah.
It's I didn't even realize. I'm just counting our titles, and I'm like, whoa, we've got way more than I thought.
That's fish level speed.
Well, we're not doing all the work though. Fish, you're doing all your stuff. So,
yeah,
so
that's
pretty crazy. We don't do all of our own stuff. Like you're doing like every part of it. So that's crazy.
Now that is a big jump from the start to like where you are now, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see like how you manage all that and keep everything going forward. So I wish you the best of luck than that. But I, for one, am very fascinated and interested with what you have there, with the stable of creators that
Thank you.
You have there. Right. So anyway, we're going to take a short break. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Sarah White and Laguna Studios.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it.
Ask your local comic shop to add Battle Quest comics to your pull list today. Some comic live streams seem like they're just throwing everything at the wall. Hey, you want this unknown comic? Yeah, here, how about this boring one? Found this one in a rain gutter, give me some money for it. I know this looks like a rotting sandwich, but I swear it's a comic. Pay me! But with Comic Collectibles, we know you don't just want comics, you want the right comics. You want rare variant and incentive covers, vintage books in pristine condition at prices you won't find anywhere else, and truly unique hand-drawn cover sketches by some of the most amazing artists in the business. Join Rex and his rotating cast of co-hosts live from Dynamite Entertainment headquarters for a carefully curated roster of comics that you'll only find here at Comic Collectibles. Every Monday at 6 and Wednesday at 7 Eastern Time. Part of the experience.
Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget to hit that follow button and help us increase our followers here. And once we hit 3,000, we'll probably be doing another fantastic giveaway. And if you want to participate in the giveaways tonight, #EXP Laguna will get you in the running for that. So the good news is that everybody has a bid on their artwork that they're working on from Ilya. But it's Stevie B that decided to place a bid on Mog's piece. So everybody has their opening bid. Now, however, D, you haven't said what your opening bid is yet.
Oh,
what would you like that to be?
I'll do that with $20 too.
All right, $20. There we go.
Okay.
Right. So right now, Ilya is cleaning house with a bid on D, Fish, and Kyron. So thank you very much for that, Ilya.
Thank
Always a great supporter of our show and of all the artists that have come on. We love that. And now, another book that Laguna will be launching is Finding D. Is that correct?
Yep. It will be volume 2, technically.
Volume 2. Okay.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about that, D.
Finding D, I've been running that as a weekly webcomic since 2017. I launched that kind of almost as an experiment of sorts. I had been doing webcomics for years. I was still working on Dandy and Company, and I'd recently, within that year, I'd come out as trans within that last year. And most everyone that I knew was like, oh, you should make comics about that. Oh, you should tell that story. You should do comics about that. And it got to the point to where I was just like, bleeping fine. I'll do comics about that.
I'll show you.
I had been doing a blog called Finding D. And I was just kind of ranting about all kinds of stuff, like things that were bugging me. Like, oh, this bad experience happened, or somebody yelled at me, or some stupid thing occurred. And I found that, I'd started the blog as kind of like a therapy type thing, like maybe this will help me process stuff. And all I was doing was complaining. And I'm the kind of person when I do stuff like that, it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel worse. So I said, okay, I got all this advice that I should start making comics about this experience. Maybe instead of doing some kind of serious think piece, I'm a comic strip artist. I like doing humor comics. So I started taking these experiences, these everyday things that were happening to me as a result of coming out, and said, okay, I'm going to make a comic strip about it. Standard, always try to find a punchline, try to make it fun. And the idea that I had was that maybe if cartoon me could figure out a way to make this fun, real me could find the silver linings in negative situations.
Wow.
And over time, it kind of turned out to be very, very helpful for me in that regard. And very quickly, people reacted. People were very positive, and I was connecting with a lot of people. Experiences that to me felt like, completely brand new experiences that I was stumbling into for the first time were things that were universal experiences for people all over. And I've been working on the strip ever since. That first volume, those first, they're painful for me to look at because I never sat down and planned it out. I just started drawing. I didn't come up with I didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, those early strips to me are just painful to look at. Thankfully, we're working hard on getting the now the material is way past done, but we're getting it colored now for volume 2, and I'm much happier with the actual strips in volume 2 than I was in the art in volume 1.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like a growing experience too. As you get into it. Now that you've got volume 2, you're gonna do that much better. It's pretty much like a slice of life of your life, and it was
very much so. Like,
and I actually went over there and I read some of it, and it was very interesting. It's like when you start reading it and you can't stop. You just want to.
It's addictive.
It. Yeah, it is.
It really is.
They're real short.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like almost like TikTok in a way. So you're moving like from one story to the next, and some of it you may like, some of it you may not. Some of it is like really fun and stuff. The glowing nails, I found that very interesting.
Yep, I've got that nail polish on right now.
Oh man, with that ring light right on your fingers there, you're gonna have like super.
You ain't sleeping all night.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely gonna have to tuck them into the blanket tonight to sleep.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I found it is, but like Uncle Fish said, it's very addictive. So if you ever check into that, actually, I think you should.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
good.
going to be what people may think it's going to be like, but it's a fun read. It's a very interesting read.
Yeah, a lot of people, and I've even done strips about it. People have, it's like, because it was promoted very early on as being all about the transition, but that's not what my life is about.
Yeah.
My life is about, we just saw King Kong Godzilla, and we're going to be going to C2E2, and that's going to be strips. When I come back from that, whatever happens will be strips. It's all about what's going on in our lives, and the everyday kind of stuff that happens, and
because
you're boring and normal.
You're people just like everybody else.
Yeah,
we're on here just trying to survive, trying to do the same thing,
But that's an amazing gift, because it's very difficult to see. You're able to make something ordinary extraordinary, and that's very difficult. And Dee, you have that. But I'm curious, because you said that, if I heard you correctly, before you were just doing a lot of ranting and thinking that will help you, and then now you kind of package it with humor, and then you kind of start to veer off doing just almost like, hey, this happened, like slice of life, every little just ordinary things, and then if you really look at it, it's kind of funny, and then you put that on. So if I got that right, summarizing, is that, and then you said something about it like helped you finally. So what exactly you learned through the process that you're like, oh, this is actually like I'm growing from here? What is that?
Cartoon me could deal with jerks giving me dirty looks for going to the bathroom. Just in general, cartoon me could deal, if I could come up with ways for cartoon me to deal with these situations with a little bit of sense of humor, find a way to smile about negative experiences, it made it easier for real world me to go, okay, cool. I don't have to react. I don't have to be angry about everything. I can look at that person who's looking at me funny in Walmart for no reason whatsoever other than I exist, and blow it off, because it's not the end of my world. And that's been really helpful for me in finding the punchline, and kind of being like, for me and my partner Heidi, we can just kind of turn to each other and laugh at some of these things instead of me just getting angry or worse, feeling like I need to go hide.
It's a surprisingly cathartic way of dealing with it, because I used to do a comic strip about my life with Tourette syndrome, which is just one of the reasons that I love Dee, because we've got so many things in common to not be the same person. It's kind of freaky. But like, and I would do the same thing. Like, I would just put the things I had to deal with in real life into the comic strip. Like, you know, when I'm shaking and jerking too violently to be able to talk at a restaurant, like, people treat me like I'm less than human, and they will talk about me but not talk to me. And even if the waiter, like, you know, looks to my wife and says, what would he like to drink? And I'll be like, I'll take an ice water. And then he'll turn to her like, okay, what would he like to eat? Like, I didn't just answer him, but and it's frustrating and it's angering, but when I can put it in a cartoon and laugh about it and share it with other people without, and you get to share it in a fun way without being like, man, this really crappy thing happened to me. And you get to share it and get it out there. It gets it off your chest. You can play through different ways it could have played out, different ways you could have reacted to it. It really helped brighten my outlook on it. And Dee's book has been particularly intriguing to me because I've learned a lot and helped me see things from somebody else's perspective in ways that I didn't expect to get my mind open to. And I really enjoyed it for that.
I think that was the thing about comics, is that in some way it gave us that escapism. You know, because even for me, you know, I wasn't, you know, growing up, I wasn't the cool guy that I am now. You know? And I could read the comics and kind of like escape into that world and be a cool guy in there somewhere, you know, along the way, you know. But it did shape me as, you know, for the morals that I have today and now, as to what is a good person. You know, it helped me a lot in that path. So I do like that.
My arrogant need to stand up for what I think is right. I absolutely came from comic books.
And I do that. And Mog sees me that I'll do that. I'll stand up for the small guy, and not let him be pushed over or whatnot. Okay. Yeah. So, Sarah, how did you get started in comics?
Well, I was friends with Lori before I knew anything about comics, and then we just talked about whatever, and then one day she's like, "What do you know about lettering?" And I was like, "Lettering what? You're gonna have to be more specific." And she's like, "The letterer for our comic kind of went AWOL, and we need somebody to step in and help us finish this." And I was like, "Oh," and she knew that I was a graphic designer, of course, so I was like, "Oh, well, that can't be that hard, right?" And didn't know anything about it at the time, and then I stepped in and was helping out with that. Well, that's the funny thing, isn't it? Yeah.
How long did it take for you to realize how hard it actually is, though?
It's so what I had was the skill set needed. Like, I can do, like, I have the skills to do it, but turns out it's a little more complicated than just typing words into a bubble. So, so I think that I had a leg up over just a random person off the street, because I already knew how to use all the tools and everything. But yeah, it's a little more complicated. I went out and bought the Blambot lettering book to teach myself how to do it, and now I can feel reasonably confident about doing it. But yeah, at the time I was like, how hard could it be? And yeah, they were famous last words indeed.
That arrogance is necessary for any of us to ever become letterers, because otherwise nobody would do it. You got to think, it can't be that hard. And then you get in, you screw up, you learn, you grow, and you get better.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Mr. Fish, like almost anything, right? Like even drawing, it's I can do it. And if you knew how much work it was gonna do, no one's gonna do it. But because
it's not just that,
you're like, oh.
But in the lettering, right, that also becomes part of the story, and you can control some of the things that are going on in there with how you letter, how you letter it and where you put your balloons at, your word balloons at, okay, because that can act as a way to lead the reader through the story, and the kind of fonts that you use, all that is going to help
Yeah.
in setting like the
Yeah.
mood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a lot more to it than just typing the letters in there.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot to think about, actually, and it's not as easy as some people may think, right off the bat.
Yeah, I definitely I don't know, maybe I still would have done it if I'd really realized that it was going to be a little more complicated than just typing words. But yeah, like I was surprised at how much that you have to actually do. You do have to learn a bit about it. It's not the same as drawing, of course. Like the art, doing the drawing and the panels is different, but it's still it's an important part of the comic.
Yeah.
And if you screw it up, then you're going to affect the quality of the comic. So like I don't have the confidence that I did then. How hard could it be? But I feel like I actually sort of know what I'm doing now versus then when I thought I knew how to do it, and turns out I was very wrong.
I have never put a comic book down because the art was too bad. I have because the story was bad, but never because of the art. But I have put down so many books that I just literally couldn't read because the lettering was so bad.
It's one of the things I take advantage when it's good, you don't notice it.
Yeah.
You just read it. But when it's bad, that's the first thing you really notice is how bad it is.
Absolutely.
And when it's good, I don't even remember it was lettered. I hear the voices and the sound effects and the birds chirping in the background, and I just remember it like it was a movie, and it's gone. It's the most unfair thing about lettering. The better you do it, nobody notices it.
That's
but
very
most letterers
true.
want that. They don't want the recognition that they don't want to be noticed because they want.
Wow, look at those letters.
Yeah, they want to be background people a lot of times.
Right. Yeah, it's that you want to be almost like invisible because you want the story to come out. But
yeah, if the letterer does their job right, then you don't notice what they did.
Exactly.
And you almost oftentimes letterers have to be editors as well, because how many times have you tried to letter somebody else's story and you're like, okay, this is way too many words for this panel. You cannot do this.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I don't want. Sorry, John, for calling you out here, but John Pence is famous for wordy bubbles, and I'm like, you can't. This is too many words. We can't do this.
Yeah,
that sound like my letterer. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and he's gotten better, much better, since we started working with him. God, oh man, that must be like 2016, maybe 2015, 2016. We've been working with John for a while, but he's the author of The Surgeon, the creator of The Surgeon, and he's used to be way worse about wordy bubbles, and he would get mad at us for editing stuff. It's like, but we gotta, you can't put a biography. That's I'm working with right now. Actually, it's the comic that Fish is coloring for us. I'm working with he's an author, and this we adapted. It was originally a radio play.
Okay.
And he fought us a lot because he was very much like, you can't take this out of the story. You can't. It has to stay in there. It's like no. If the artist is doing their job, then we don't need that to be there. It doesn't need to be there. And so explaining that, like, I didn't really appreciate how much work it was going to be to work with a non-comics person to create a comic. So he and I worked together to adapt that story, and I had to fight him the whole way.
I think that's the number one mistake that a creative makes, is that they're not letting the artwork tell the story, and they're just all they're trying to do is get the words in there and not looking at what they already have with the art that's already has that information that's giving out. You don't need to repeat it again, right? And it's bad when that information is given like 3 different ways. There's just it's overkill. But a lot of them I think make that mistake, and hopefully as they go on they'll learn to do that, and we see that. And when I look at the Kickstarters and I'm seeing the samples of the work that they put up there, and it just goes, man, that's just like way too much. You might as well just write a novel instead of a comic book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. But anyway, it's 8:01. Let's take a look around the room, what everybody has. And glad to say that everybody has at least a $25 bid on it. Okay, look at that. Wow.
What is going on there?
Still gonna beat my tail every time.
Oh, that's funny.
It's funny.
Every time.
Story.
All right. Okay. That currently has a bid of $25 from Ilya. So if you want to bid on that, you can. We are looking for the next bid of 30 on that.
You know, D, when we do another Battlefish,
Wow,
we're gonna
look at
have to
that.
give Fish a leg up or something.
That is cool.
Wow. Look
We
at
have
that.
competed before, and
He's already
she's
started coloring on this. That also has a bid of 25 from
Thank
Ilya.
you, thank you.
Okay. So we are looking for the next bid of $30 on that. And Kyron.
Let's see.
Hey, these guys are fast.
Look at him go.
Wow.
Oh,
You guys are getting
wow.
That's
ahead
awesome.
here.
Nice. That is awesome.
Beautiful.
We need to get more bids on these works. So come on, guys.
Beautiful.
Pump
Love
it up to more. That's way too cheap.
Oh, sorry.
And here's Mog's
Yes.
Killer Cat. That she's working on.
Oh,
Oh my god, it's
my
adorable,
fingers are
but you
scared. My
you can
fingers are scared.
you can see the sinister look. Like
Yeah.
I
That's
have
what-
seen that. I have seen that face
Yeah.
before. That is.
That's
The
my
fixated look. Yeah.
that's my music keen.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the funny
dude.
thing is that Mog is not she likes cat, but she's more of a dog lover. But she
Yes.
draws a lot of cats and incorporates them into her artwork. Yeah, Deadly Kitty. There you go,
It's a
Lorena.
good cat.
There you
Lorena's the
go.
one that has the high bid on that right now for 25. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Lorena.
But
Can I answer a
anyway,
question real quick? And that's in the chat. Ilya asked me what's the artwork behind me, and that is just my convention banner.
Is it Starcore or is it just
It's-
a compilation?
It's actually a compilation of Starcore, which is sort of cut off right there.
I don't know why I'm ducking like I can see up higher. If I, what the hell am I doing?
I do the same thing too.
all the time.
There you go.
So a friend of mine actually drew that for me, and I was like, I loved it so much, I turned it into a banner. So I
Nice.
take this to all the conventions I go to.
Nice.
Yeah,
You should post a picture of it on Facebook or something for us.
and you probably have it up on your website as well, right?
I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So be sure to check out all those links with our people that we have here tonight. But don't go away. We'll be right back with more. And we'll see more of this artwork as well. And hopefully we can get more bids. Don't forget to put in #EXP Laguna to get into the free giveaways tonight. And we will be right back after this short commercial break.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
Live from New York. What? Oh, sorry. Live from Cleveland? It's Friday night? It's Friday Night Live! With Nancy McCann. And Ricky. And sometimes Carlos. And featuring boxes and boxes of rare comics. unique collectibles. Lots of smiles and conversations with new friends. Friday Night Live with Comics Unlimited. Friday night from 9 to 11 on The Experience.
And we're back.
Oh, mouse disappeared.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Someone
Oh,
accepted him.
Quick, somebody bust out the guns!
So D, I keep seeing Coraline keep poking out from under your desk here. It's a good shirt.
Oh,
Thank you.
I see it. Really good eye, yeah.
The other mother is watching.
So do you have like pure black cats, or is it like a, what do you call it?
They're gray.
Tuxedo
They're
cat?
like a charcoal gray with white mittens.
Ew. Charcoal gray with white mittens. Lovely.
They're almost the two cats are very, very, like, telling the difference between the two of them at a glance is not easy still. And we've had them for over a year now. And like Lucifer is a little bigger, just ever so faintly bigger than his sister. She's a little bit more like a slight brown to the gray, and he's a little more blue to the gray, but they've got to be under sunlight to see that.
Hmm.
She has a little black spot on her back paw that gives it away. But, you know, you can only tell if she's walking away from you.
Why would you name your cat
Wow.
Lucifer?
We were fans of the TV show Lucifer, so we
okay.
named the cat Lucifer.
Mm.
Lucifer Morning Paws.
Lucifer.
And after the character of Mazikeen, who was like Lucifer's enforcer demon, we named Lucifer's sister Musakeen.
Wasn't that show based off a comic book also?
Yep, it comes out of the Sandman continuity, that version of Lucifer from Neil Gaiman stuff.
Right. Yeah. And
But we really liked the TV show.
Yeah, I did like that series too. I thought it was very interesting. All right, so like I said, everything has a bid of $25, and we are looking for the next bid of $30. So if you guys have like seen the art, the beautiful artwork that's coming.
Big money, big money, big money.
No whammies.
And these guys are good, man. They're quick too, right? And it's inked. Okay, if you've seen all that, we'll show that in a little bit again. Right, so we have a couple things that we want to show you that Sarah was sent out to us. So if we can pull those up, JD, we can talk about those a little bit. And here we have the surgeon. Look at that. That's beautiful artwork right there.
So we have a copy of all 6 issues of The Surgeon to give away.
Oh, look at that. Okay. All 6
we're
copies.
actually we're giving I don't actually, did we get our books yet? I'm not sure if we got the books yet, but like we've got those coming, so like we decided to participate in the giveaway by giving away 1 issue of each well, I guess we could do it in a group if you want. I don't care. Like a set for everybody.
Does the surgeon?
Of the surgeon, we got issues 1 through 6, and you wouldn't
let's
really
give
want to
that
get
away as a
issue
bundle.
4 if you haven't read the rest of them, right?
That's just a good reason to go buy the rest of them.
That's true. That's true.
Are we able to be part of that giveaway too, since we're on the show, or no?
I want to.
You can go and buy all the digital copies too on our website. So we've got plenty of digital copies.
All right. Again, that's LagunaStudios.net. And so go check that out. A lot of books there that are worth checking into. I know there's a bunch I'd like to get myself. So go ahead and hopefully you guys will do that. So we talked about Finding D.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything else that you want to bring up that's coming out that you can?
Yeah. We Finding D Volume 2 is happening no, not next month. This month, in a couple of weeks, actually. We ran into an issue of not having our links because we are running 2 campaigns already, so we didn't have any short links to give everybody. But yeah, you can just go follow Laguna Studios on Kickstarter, and it should notify you when the link goes, when the campaign goes live. My brain's not
That's
working.
the word.
There you go.
You know the thing, when the thing does the thing.
You know the thing we do. We make a living.
So you can get on the launch page once they get that up and running there.
And obviously, if you're following the comic strip stuff, I'm going to be pimping the heck out of it. So yeah, you'll not miss it if you're following the comics.
There you go.
And you should be. If you're not, you need to fix that real quick.
And yeah, so we've got a whole new set of comics comic strips that Dee drew and Katie's coloring, and there's gonna be more fun extras like there was in Volume 1. We had a bunch of extra stuff in there. Dee, I swear, Dee, you must have drawn at least one new image every single day for the campaign last time, right?
I was trying to come up with different ways, different little fun bits, and all those fun bits ended up in the back of the book. We put all the promotional art that I did for it.
Now that's clever.
Just trying to keep it fresh, trying to keep I do my little my profile. Like if you go to my Facebook, all my profile pictures are different little like pop culture references, or I'll always do that. Like if there's a new movie, like when Barbie came out, I did the Nia Barbie and Ghostbuster outfit and do stuff like that. And we did a ton of different gag pieces for the first book. And I'll definitely have to do them again. I'm going to try to get some of them done in advance for the second book.
Advance? What? You can't be prepared.
It's crazy.
Plan ahead.
What's that?
But yeah, there's a lot of fun stories in the second book. Heidi and I are regulars at karaoke, so there's a lot of the story. Let me tell you, trying to come up with comic strips that encapsulate the fun of karaoke is not easy, because it's not exactly like you can hear me warble. But Heidi has got an epic voice, and she does a lot of metal and a lot of really hard rock stuff. So we've had a lot. She's our karaoke goddess, and there's a lot of stories about that.
It's on my bucket list to go do karaoke night with Dee and Heidi one of these times.
Where are you located again, Sarah?
I'm in Iowa.
Okay. And where is everybody else located?
I am in Western Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I'm in Sacramento.
Central Arkansas.
Sacramento. Okay. And is it D?
D's in Pennsylvania. I'm in Arkansas.
Okay. Wow. That's a spread.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Which I just learned, Arkansas. I never really made the connection. It's Arkansas.
That's the correct
spelling.
It actually came down to a disagreement. There was an argument between making it Arkansas and Arkansas, SAW, and they finally agreed that they were going to spell it one way and say it the other, and that way nobody was happy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Was this after they agreed on daylight savings time, Fish?
Don't even get me started on daylight savings time.
First villain ever.
You can actually find SAW stuff every once in a while, especially like really old memorabilia and stuff. Like every once in a while it comes up, but not very often.
Oh my God. Speaking of villain, yes. Whoever that mother bleeper guy is who came up with the daylight saver, that's the true villain. It's evil. That's evil incarnate. It is?
Curse you, Franklin!
There's a Native American, well, it's supposedly a Native American adage that something about only the Englishman would cut the top foot off of a blanket and sew it onto the bottom and say they have a longer blanket. I was like, ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's actually a Native American saying, but it makes sense wherever it came from.
Jesus.
Well, supposedly in California, we voted to stop doing it like years ago, but we still do it. Don't know why.
I mean, is it really like
Dumb.
seriously make people productive? I don't think so.
It's not about productivity. It's about keeping stores open later. It's commerce.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
And that doesn't even make sense in a global world like this. Like everybody's open all the time. It doesn't even make sense anymore.
Yeah, no, it doesn't apply anymore. And that's like one of the things that people are proposing, just to do away with it. So because it's just kind of like confusing at
it's
times.
bad for our health.
It is.
Yeah, that's
bad for our memories, bad for our sleep. It's bad for everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad for my art stream because Kyron likes to get me off track and get me complaining about daylight savings time, and then I don't get any artwork done.
That first time we derailed the entire show, you didn't even pick up your pen.
Man, I got a squiggle laid out
topics,
and then just got on a tirade about everything from politics,
I remember that,
institutional racism to everything.
Wow,
a very cathartic show.
It was a good chat.
Yeah,
I want to thank Jason Duba is here tonight. He's also creative, so it's glad to have him here. Stephen Detta, glad to see you here. And our bids are doing pretty good. We've got 25 on D's right now from Ilya, and Ilya also put a $29 bid on Fish Lee's one. And Kyron's got a $40 bid from Ilya.
What?
And Mog has hit 40 as well from Lorena. So there's a little bit of a.
I can still brag about beating D on something. I can do that.
Oh, Lorena? Okay, Lorena now is my physical mate. She's my physical mate. Because I was raving about Physical 100, the show, and she's the only one who listened to me and watched it. So thank you. Yeah. And
that's Mog's number one show right now. She goes crazy over it.
Every year.
So we were talking about like other projects that you have coming out in Laguna. Is there any more that you could share with us?
Ooh, Cthulhu is hard to spell. We took that over. Russell still works with us, but that was Russell Nolte's brainchild, and we still work on that together with him. And what we're doing is re-releasing his stuff with the we took his humongous volumes and we broke it down to smaller, more bite-sized pieces. And so we're going to be doing the next 3 volumes in this is April, so May. And so we'll be doing that. We'll have more fun. We had like socks and coffee and we had a bunch of extra merch that you could get from there. And then then June is that these are pins from Lucifer Licorice, which are also we're giving a set away for the giveaway.
Okay.
And Lucifer Licorice is on hold because of we lost our artist. She's got wrist problems.
Oh.
Yeah, so she had to cut way back, and unfortunately she's but which is cool. She's still doing work for us. It's just that we understood she has to cut back, and so we'll find somebody else, and it'll be all right. But in the meantime, we've got the art that she already did, and a whole bunch of them pins. So and then that acrylic figure is Maria from the Unthinkables. Okay. And that's just a mock-up, but the actual one, there's actually a video on Laguna Studios' Facebook page that you can go look at if you really want to see the actual one. But that is also one that we can give away.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I got this straight here, because I'm trying to put it down as well. I know that JD as well. So you the things that you want to give away, you have a surgeon set.
A surgeon set.
1 to 6. And did you say the licorice as well?
Lucifer Licorice, we have the pins, a pin set.
Licorice pin set. And then the Mariah vinyl.
The Maria
cutout,
acrylic
right?
figure. And we actually also have some copies of Heart Eater and Warp Hustler. We can give one of those away too.
A Heart Eater and what was that last one?
Warp Hustler.
Warp Hustler. Okay.
Mm.
I'm telling you, when you get your copy of Warp Hustler, fill them pages. It's a beautiful book.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we've got a ton of giveaways tonight, guys. You want to get in on that action? We're going to be doing that very shortly here. # EXP Laguna to get you in the running for that. Okay. And there you go. JD has all that in there in lowercase. Okay. It is case sensitive, right? So if you're not sure, put it in again. That's great prizes that we have here tonight, and we want to thank Sarah for that. Right, let's go around and take a look at how the artwork is looking at this time. Mog.
Oh, Dee, you know that glow in the dark? What color is it?
It's kind of a green.
Okay, I'll make it green.
It's like kind of like this pen.
Oh, I see.
Like highlighter green?
Yeah, very highlighter green.
Okay.
Yeah, that is highlighter green.
I'm gonna give my best.
Okay, let's see what you can do on that. All right, so that cat is there, and there is a current bid of $40 from Lorena on that.
Thank you.
And here is Dee's drawing.
I love that so much.
That's awesome.
Adorable.
I need a scan of that before you give it away. That's all I'm asking. Please.
That is very cool.
That is kind of amazing. You'll have to put that in the back of the next volume of Finding D too.
I'm thinking variant cover for the next issue of Call when it goes to Kickstarter.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
That currently has a bid of $25 from Ilya. So if you want to place a bid on that, we are looking for the next bid of $30 on that. Okay.
Come on, people.
It's so amazing too. If you know what kind of character Caw is, that makes it even more hilarious.
Coraline wants you to bid.
All right. And let's see who's next here. Kyron.
Let's see if I can just start coloring it.
Oh, man.
Look at it go.
Coloring on top of that? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that is sweet. Look at that.
That's my man right there.
I got to keep up with Fish. Fish is
got the sword and everything.
Who's going to place the next bid on that? I know it ain't going to stay at 40.
Such a maestro.
Wow.
All right. Okay. And
Holy
look at
crap,
Uncle
man.
Fish.
That's
What
awesome.
the heck?
And that's on an actual cover. What issue is that?
That's issue 1 of the Mighty Caw.
So you get the cool original art and a copy of the comic.
Yep.
And the comic.
Nice.
There you go.
Mine's is 2.
Is yours too? What the heck?
Yeah, his is a sketch cover too.
It's so
Mine
cool.
is-
I didn't
It's
even
just not
realize.
the Mighty Caw. That's the only thing.
There you go.
No, you had yours sitting nicer. It looked like just a piece of paper. My bad.
It's
That's
on
what
the
those
copy
sketch
paper.
covers are good for, when you're doing stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so clean.
You get the drawing and get the book. Yeah, that's a great way. Mel, stop spending my money. Dude, you're the one. I have no control over your money, dude. You're the one that's doing it all, and I do appreciate that.
Oh,
but
man.
you are to say anything though, but you are getting away cheap tonight compared to what you normally spend. So consider that a break, buddy.
Oh man, I'm the same way. I got so many awesome friends doing so many awesome things, putting out so many cool books, and I'm just like, I know there used to be a budget around here somewhere, but I have no idea where it went. And just I got to get them though. How can you not get all the cool books that your friends are putting?
It is right, and it sucks, because like even right now this is what the only it's only April 4th, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my wallet has been put on hold. I can't spend anymore. Right, we just got back from WonderCon, and like catching up with everybody and with what they have and checking out what they got. It's yeah, right. And then we're getting ready to go to C2E2 later on this month, and the list of guests and artists that's going to be there, it's amazing. So, and there's people there that we're going to meet for the very first time that we've been talking to for like 4 years now. Since COVID, and this will be everybody now is just starting to like come out to the woodworks. They want to get into the shows, so it's a little bit tougher to for some people to get in there, right? But we're fortunate enough to go, and we'll get to meet some of these people.
Man, I'm getting bumped from shows I've been going to every year here lately, just because there's so many people applying now.
Yeah, there is, right? And I know we're going to start experiencing that as well. But who else is going to C2E2?
He's going to C2E2.
I'll be there at the booth of the National Cartoonist Society.
Okay.
Look at you.
Nice. Okay, so we'll be looking for you over there. Okay. Anybody else?
We're not going this year, but the plan is I live sort of near, like Mike Watson and I wanted to share a booth, and so that we can have a Laguna and FSK booth combination there to, so that we could actually afford it because it's expensive. But that's not with the reforming the new studio this year. We were like, well, that's not happening in 2024. So next year, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to attend next year too, because of the way how they curate their booths, right? So it can change from year to year, and it seemed like they're doing like you can do the show for like about 3 consecutive years now, but with everybody trying to get back in, that can change. Plus, they've also had a change in the personnel on managing Artist Alley and more of the professional clientele. So there's that too. You're going to see some differences. Okay, so just to let you know, we have $29 is the bid on Mr. Fish and $40 on Kyron for that person I was asking. Okay, and
for the person that asked if a group of Cro-Magnons is a murder, yes, it absolutely is. And there's going to be a gag about that later in the book, because he accidentally starts a slave rebellion on his homeworld, and then he very quickly gets captured and taken off world because the army of the planet can't stop him. And so they're like, just get him off planet. That'll be good. And so that's where the book starts. And anyway, it's going to come back around to his home planet pretty soon, and you're going to see what's happening there in an issue or two. And it's going to be epic. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
It does. It sounds really good. I want to jump in there and get it myself. Yeah. All right. So thank Mike. I want to thank Mike for placing a bid. He bumped Kyron's highest bid to 45, and Uncle Fish, you're at 35.
Yes.
And now he's placed a bid on D's for 30. So he's cleaning up the board here. Thank you very much for that, Mike.
Look at Kyron bringing in the high dollar.
Seriously, that's amazing. I appreciate it so much.
Ilya says he's raising Mike's bid by 5, but on which one, Ilya?
On all of them.
Are you going to do? Yeah, tell me if you're going to do all of them. You're still getting way cheap. You know that. All right. Okay, so we got 8:29. We're going to take a short break right now, but before that, let's take a look at what you guys are bidding on again and see how that action is going. Starting with you, Mr. Silva.
All right.
Started the coloring on there.
Dang.
Nice.
Just trying to get some color in there.
Powerful.
Got a little color in there. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm banned. He says I'm banned for the show. Why? I didn't do anything yet. I can't even bid.
Oh my gosh, gee, this looks ridiculous. I love this.
Oh,
and here's this.
I love that so much.
This is funny, man. This is funny. Okay, so and D's bid is standing at 30 from Mike.
That should be higher. Need more people to bid on that one.
And we are getting more bids. Okay, so Mike just placed a bid on yours, Kyron, for 55.
Woohoo!
And
oh my God, thank you so much.
40 for Uncle Fish there.
Wow.
Awesome. Thank you.
So those are going. Thank you very much for that.
That is. It's so
That's
clean.
right,
I made him so big. I'm trying to see how can I put a broken D in the background and a SmackDown saw in the background. I don't have enough room left.
No smacking down a saw. Come on, that doesn't happen.
Ilya, just to clarify, if you want to go up 5 on everything, because he's got a bid on everything except for Mogs, right? So if you can make that a little clear. There's Mogs.
No, Ilya actually said he's not a cat person.
Yeah, I know, but he's saying
It's such a
he
cute
wants to top
kitty.
Mike's bid by 5. And Mike has a bid on the 3 pieces.
Sorry,
hey, those green fingernails came out there. All of them.
That looks adorable. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
That is so cute.
I love it.
And Ilya did just raise all the bids up from Laguna by 5.
Woo.
Awesome. Thank you.
wow.
Okay, and once again, we're going to take this short break. Don't forget to put in # EXP Laguna, because we're going to do that into the next segment. Okay. Don't go away. We will be right back.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one will make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out! Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the experience. Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. And don't forget to put in # EXP Laguna to get you in for the free giveaways. And we've got a bunch of them. We're giving a surgeon set, or 1 to 6 away, along with a licorice pin set, a copy of Heart Eater and War Puzzlers, and a Maria vinyl cutout. Okay, there you go. A lot of cool pieces here to get. Okay. And don't forget to hit that follow button. Help us increase our followers so we can continue to bring you wonderful content and introduce you to these great creators that are out there doing some fantastic stuff. All right, so we talked about C2, E2. What other cons will you guys be coming to?
I got enough currently.
Let's see. I'm going to be at Urban Nerd Con this month, and I'm going to be in Fort Smith in June, I think.
Okay.
I got I'm on the board of a very small gaming convention in La Crosse, Wisconsin. So I'll be going to that one. That's in August. But this year I actually got waitlisted for a bunch of cons, just like Fish was talking about, like we're not getting into the cons. So I'm kind of like, I got kind of a quiet summer con-wise.
What did you get waitlisted for?
I got a funny story.
Okay.
Story time.
Okay, so last year I always get into the Little Rock, the Arkansas Comic Con, which is in Little Rock. It's our biggest one in the state, and I've been going there for several years now, and never have a problem with it. This year, last year, for some reason, it got to be like 3 months out from the con, and they still hadn't like assigned any table numbers or anything. And I was like, well, that's kind of odd. So I reached out with a very polite, friendly email, and I was like, hey, I noticed it's getting kind of close. Have the tables been assigned yet? I hadn't heard anything. And he's like, oh, I had some stuff come up in my family. I'm sorry. I've been busy. I haven't done it. I was like, oh, okay, man, I understand. Totally. Like, when you get it, let me know. I want to advertise the show as much as possible. And, another month goes by, nothing. So another email, like, just checking in. Have the table's been assigned yet? Nothing. Then we get to a week before the show. Tables still haven't been assigned yet. And so I reach out again, and I was like, hey, I'm just checking. Like, it's getting close. If the table's been assigned, did I get bumped or something? Like 10 minutes later, an email goes out. Everybody has their tables assigned, and I'm waitlisted. And I was like, I was in there in the beginning. Like, I got in there the first day. I'm OCD about it. But, okay, I'm not going to make a stink about it because the same promoter promotes most of the shows down here in the South, and I don't want to, ruffle any feathers. And I applied for like 10 shows this year and have not heard back on a single one of them yet. So apparently, I think I may have upset him a little more than I thought I did. But I was just being friendly. I just want to know what's going on. I wasn't like, hey, where's the table?
Yeah. I'm just putting in the comments there that the giveaways will be handled by Laguna. Right, so you want to make sure that at the end, if you do get a giveaway or if you do have the winning bids, make sure you fill out the form, the magic form that we'll be posting up later. That way we know who gets what, and we will go ahead and verify that as well. Okay. And once we have that information, we'll turn it over to Sarah, and then she can go ahead and get that out to you guys. Okay. And if you are an international shipper, okay, we do ask that you pay for the corresponding shipping for your country before we do ship it out there. Okay. All right. So we got that in. What we are giving away, like I was saying earlier, we have a set of the Surgeon, the 1 to 6, the Licorice pin set, the Maria vinyl cutout, copy of Heart Eater, which we have, and a War Puzzler, right? So that's quite a bit of things that we're going to be giving away there. Stevie B is asking, did the first cat have a litter? This is directed at you, Mog.
No.
I didn't see what you had there, but you have another cat in the.
Oh. I was just looking on my other thing.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with that cat. Where did that come from?
Oh, I've been working on it on and off on my spare time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you noticed, in Totoro, May, the younger girl, May, there's a scene where she jumps and hugs the Totoro.
Yeah.
And it's like latched on like a flea. So I switched it because I did a project during COVID. I used to do a project called I Dream of Big Cats. So these cats, I'm imagining like they're big cats in real life. So this is one scene where the girl is like, like just latched onto this big cat, and he's like looking at it like, what? So, what's going on?
Sometimes that's what I ask JD. What is this, free time? With the amount of work that Mog has in there, how dare you take some time?
Like
but
this,
it is understandable though.
Just 15 minutes, bathroom break type.
All right, in about like 5 minutes, we're gonna do start those giveaways to make sure that we have enough time to do that. Okay, we have about 15 minutes left on the show. So if you want to place a bid on those, on the artwork that's up there, you want to do that really quick so that way we don't run out of time. Put in #EXP Laguna to get in on those free drawings. And there's the roll of the tape, and you can see the bids up there. I want to thank everybody for placing those bids, because that's well worth it. I still think some of you are still getting away with these for the amount of work that they're putting in there, and the quality should go higher. But hey, there you go. If we get a few more bids, that's going to be pretty good. We're pretty busy ourselves. Mog is, what is Mog working on?
I think
What
Mike is asking
on,
the piece from last time. Is there a photo? Oh, thank you. No, I don't have a photo.
On what
the massive
piece?
painting I'm working on.
On what?
I think he's asking about the massive painting I was working on.
Yeah, they're asking about the Wolverine versus God of War.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, JD. Yeah,
we'll keep you posted on that. There hasn't been much done on that because if you remember, right, when you saw that last week, that was right before we did WonderCon. Right? So Mog has been busy since then. She's had to do remarks on the Ruxy covers for that Kickstarter. She's going to be finishing that, and then she'll get to work on that piece of Wolvie versus Kratos. What size is that? That's 24 by 36. Yeah, so it's a pretty big piece that she's working on, and we need to deliver that, fairly soon, before this month is over.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a couple more big pieces after that she's going to be working on. So we'll definitely show that to you guys once it's done. If we'll at least have a picture. We have to go get that one photo scanned because it's so big.
Yeah.
Sparkly pretty.
So yeah, but we'll be looking at. And what do you got there, Mr. Fish? That metallic card that you're.
This is one of my holographic trading cards for one of my short stories in where's the book? Oh, right here. In my anthology Fish Tales is Alice Lost in Wonderland, and it follows a full-grown Alice and her Clockwork Guardian Big Ten as they are trapped in this. They're trapped in this interdimensional rift between different dimensions and timelines, and she calls it Wonderland, and all these different worlds are slipping into each other, and she is a full-grown bounty hunter now. She's been lost in this wasteland for her entire life, and I'm doing a sketch card of her from the book.
There you go. And man, I'm going to have to hit you guys up after the show. You guys got some really interesting projects, and bringing you guys back here one at a time so we can take a better look at all that you have going on. Steve Vendetta writes, "Hey, Kyron, curious, do you have Portuguese ancestry as your surname would suggest?"
Oh, Silva.
You are muted.
Oh, Kyron?
I do have Portuguese ancestry on my dad's side. My understanding, it's a couple generations behind, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. And have you guys put in #EXP Laguna? Because we are about to roll the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what should we do? What would you like to give away first, Sarah?
Let's start with comics. Let's start with War Puzzler.
War Puzzler. There we go.
Give away War Puzzler.
We're going to give away War Puzzler first. All right.
Okay. War Puzzler is a very underrated comic that not enough people, more people need to see it because
it's so good.
It's insane. And I was like, okay, what? I don't know. When I first read it, I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on in this thing, but I need to know more. And it's a cliffhanger ending. It's great. It's so ridiculous. It's
okay.
And not just because they're my friends, but it is legit one of the top 5 books I read last year altogether.
Okay, well, I'm kind of so give us the quick pitch on that book so that we have a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how do I even do that?
It is drug-fueled chaos.
It's interdimensional, time-swinging, crazy. I don't even know.
Drug trip. It is so nuts. It is so freaking good.
The main character's name is Janice, and she's kind of a stoner who works at a dying video rental shop, and then finds out that she's a part of something much bigger. And it doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, it is a really wild ride, and it's just so good. Warp Hustler. No, not War Puzzler. Warp Hustler.
Warp
hustling.
Hustler.
Yeah.
Hustling her way through the
warps. The warps. Interdimensional warps. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Oh, because I was like, Steve, I kept thinking it was a puzzler. I was like, wow, a warp.
No, but now that I bet if I tell Paul that we should name a book Warp Puzzler, he probably, within 10 minutes, I guarantee he would have a story fleshed out.
Yeah.
Coming next month from Laguna Studios.
He's that's how his brain works. It's crazy. I said one thing to him once about, wouldn't it be cool about this? And he, like I said, in just a few minutes, he had a whole outline fleshed out.
Wow.
He's just really good at storytelling.
All right, I want to thank Ilya for that bid of $75 on Uncle Fish. So he's taking the lead in the bids right now. All right, so what's the next thing you want to give away, Sarah?
How about that surgeon set?
All right, the surgeon set. I'm interested in that surgeon set myself. There you go. Look at that. That's
We're gonna have copies of that available. So, and congratulations to Kenneth.
That's right. Congratulations.
Yes.
To Kenneth for
Kenneth! Yay! Congrats.
War Puzzler there.
Yeah.
And here we go for 6 issues, a complete set of the surgeon. Mike Cuevas, thank you very much for that.
Yay!
Congratulations! And when you guys read these, you'll have to tell us what you think, because we love to hear your feedback, even if it's not good. I mean, I feel pretty confident that it'll be good, but we want to hear it even if it isn't, because we want to know how to get better.
Exactly. Right. We always want to hear the reactions and all that. So thank you, Mike, for that. You got that. What's next, Sarah?
How about the pin set, the Lucifer Licorice pins?
Okay, here we go for the pin set right there. Let's throw that up. Continue bidding, guys. You got about 7 more minutes. And the pin set winner is Stevie B.
Hey, woo!
Congratulations.
This is fun.
Congrats.
This is fun.
Okay. All right, what's next, Sarah? Where do you want to go next?
What do we have? What's left? We got Heart Eater, yeah.
Yeah, you got Heart Eater. Yeah, let's do Heart Eater.
Hopefully that doesn't go to a family, because that is not a family book.
Yes.
I guess if you tear out a couple of pages, it's a family book.
Lorena!
Woo! Do not let anybody under 18 touch that thing.
Yes, it is a very good book, but it is not for children.
Okay. If you don't like that book, Lorena, you can always, let us know, and we'll somehow connect.
We'll swap you out for something that you do want. We'll swap you out for a Warp Hustler or a Surgeon or something. We'll probably have more books soon. I mean, I know we'll have more books soon.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have to say, because I read that issue, it's set up like it's going to be an epic journey, like a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it's done well, storytelling-wise, because it's very simple, extremely simple, easy to just go with the whole story and not just be like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's done. That's how it is. Like, you break all this massive epic story down to very simple steps, and then it just eases you. You can relax into the story.
Thank you. Yeah, Lori wrote that, and D and I and Katie, was that it? Yeah, we helped her with some dialogue, and so we all got co-writing credits, but the story belongs to Lori, and she's got ideas that could take us years and years and years. So
wow.
So yeah, and we're trying to do at least one issue a year right now until Kari, because our pencil artist Kari is she's very busy, as you can tell, because the art is so pretty.
Yeah, it is very.
But we want to keep her, so we're like, you know what? We'll do 1 book a year if it means that we get to keep Kari.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one last item to give away, and there it
That's
is on the screen.
Maria, also known as Bloody Mary, and she's from The Unthinkables, and that's an acrylic standee thing. They're pretty cool.
There you go. Sticks Boy wins that. Thank you very much for that.
Excellent. Yes.
Okay, so we've got like a few minutes left here for you guys to get in your final bids, and you can see where the bids are on the ticker tape going across the screen there. Right. And make sure you check out the links that we've posted in the comments, so that way you can check out Laguna Studios and all the respective artists that we have here. They've done a wonderful job. Let's take a look at that artwork one more time, starting with Mr. Fish there, or D. Okay, we got D. Oh, look at that.
Oh, man.
Man,
That's the whole thing.
Plastic.
Dang. She even got words in there.
Oh, my God.
So D,
That's
like,
so
how does
cool.
it feel? Drawing tactilely feels great, doesn't it?
It's nice. It's not as fast.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as fast as if I was doing it digitally.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's what a lot of people are saying. Yeah.
I can be a lot braver with my lines digitally because I know I can undo them.
Yes.
And I don't have to worry about sticking my hand in wet ink.
Although I'm not as noodly when I go digital. When I'm digital, I don't do all these little hatching lines and all that. I do much bigger, broader, cartoonier lines. But I'm on the pen. I'm with a pen, and like the inner McFarlane is coming out.
I still don't know how the heck, like, even doing it traditional, you still did it so damn fast.
That is, yeah.
I agree.
That is
I agree.
amazing. Okay. Yeah. All right. And
That's
that currently
the Fish
has
way.
a bid of $60 that just came in from
All
Stevie
right.
B.
Way to go.
Pushing that up
Good
there.
deal.
Okay. And here is Uncle Fish, who currently
Yep.
has a bid of 75.
Woo-hoo. And if
From
anybody's
Ilya.
interested, you can subscribe on my Patreon, which is linked to the website that we gave you. You can subscribe for $10 a month and get a new book every month shipped out to you from me. So that's a pretty good deal.
Nice.
Look at that. Okay.
It's an awesome
So
deal.
get on that website. Subscribe to Uncle Fish there. And get
Absolutely.
comic book, every month. That's great. That's really good. Okay, so that currently has a bid of 75 from Ilya. So here we are looking for the next bid of $80 if anybody wants to do that or more.
Big money, big money, big money.
Big money. And here's
Speaking of big
Kyron.
money,
Oh,
Oh,
he's got
dude.
the lettering in there.
Oh,
Dude.
my
He's got it's all
God.
action.
That's so cool.
That's
That
epic.
is so nice.
I'm telling you, I knew it was going to be epic.
Oh, that is so cool.
A lot of
Trying to
stuff
step my
going
game
on
up
there,
for
and
you
that
guys.
has a bid of $70. Who wants to put in 80 for that? You got a few more. You got about a minute left to do that. Okay.
Wow.
All right, and finally, let's take a look
Oh,
at Mogs.
Oh,
We currently have a bid of $40 from Lorena on that.
It
If you like
is
cats, there's
charcoal
that killer cat right there
mixed with
Aw.
acrylic and
with
oil
that
painting.
look. Thank you, Ilya, for that. We
So
got a bid of
adorable.
75 for Kyron from Ilya.
Mhm.
woohoo.
Thank you so much.
That Kyron is dope. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. This was an amazing show. I will definitely be hitting everybody up again to try and get you guys on here individually. Stay tuned. Like next week, we have Drew Moss will be coming on to the show.
Oh,
Mr.
I love Drew.
Thundercats himself. Okay, there you go. Yeah, come and join us back next week as well if you want. Just let me know, and I will get you on there. And and make sure you fill out the form, the magic form, so that way we know where everything is going. Right. Other than that, I want to thank you all for joining us. You guys have a wonderful, safe
Yes.
weekend. And hopefully we'll get to see everybody at a future con. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.